worked as a secretary, school bookkeeper, and occupational placement specialist. She has been a member of the Black Women's Political Caucus, Florida, Lee County Pulling Together, Democratic Executive Committee for Lee County, Florida Education, retired, Lee County Black Affairs Advisory Board, retired, and Island Coast Employees. Mrs. Sims is a founding member of the Denver Improvement Association and the Denver Housing Association. She served as director of the Young People and Children's Division of the local area and conference levels of the AME Church. Over the years, she has also been active in the Women's Missionary Society and the lay organization of all levels as well. She has served as the historiographer for the South Conference Lay Organization since 2004. Both Mr. and Mrs. Sims are members of Mount Olive African Methodist Episcopal Church and have been involved with the Democratic Women's Club of Lee County, Friends of Denver Jupiter Hammond Library, Greater Fort Myers Democratic Club, Denver High School Athletic Booster Club, Denver Facebook. Man, I'm going to stop this. And a lot more. I can't go on. So, ladies and gentlemen, Nancy and Levonsi. And I forgot to say that Nancy is a member of the NAACP board.
On behalf of the couple of us, because we grew up in the community, working here is just what we do. It's been a pleasure. I'm not going anywhere. Of course, I guess we get to travel a little bit more, but she's saying yes. But we'd like to thank the NAACP for this award and among the others that she went with. Thank you.
I forgot to say something Dr. Brewster was saying. That award is signed by the president of NAACP, this one here. The next award, however, is not signed by the president. And at some point, you will understand why. This is the Image Award. Last year, we got the highest award that any branch of NAACP can give in any year. It is given to a person who has demonstrated all the best of the ethos of the NAACP. The recipient must have been involved in the fight for justice, regardless of the many stubborn routes along the way. The recipient must avoid war against discrimination of all persons, regardless of their race, ethnicity, or background. The recipient must have been involved in the improvement in the quality of the lives of the community. The recipient must have been involved in the advancement of social issues like health, food, and education, and a lot more. The recipient of this award has been the driving force in the way the branch has been able to achieve all the above and more. This particular award is therefore actually signed by the members of the board, including Nancy Sims, who is here. This recipient has withstood a lot, has faced a lot, but he has stood his ground. Like Dr. Bradley said, we cannot give up, we cannot get tired. And he is a true demonstration of how one does not get tired, regardless of the odds. He has been there for the women in NAACP. He has been there in the Youth Council, we saw that. He's been there in the action. He's been there in education. He's been there in political action. He's been there in the Veterans Affairs. He's been there in health and more. He has worked hard to provide solutions to very difficult problems. Whether it is a portrait, whether it's individuals, whether it's jobs, many other things. And although he may not have approved it, the Lee County branch members and the board unanimously agree that in this particular year, when there have been so many issues, there is no other worthy recipient of this award rather than the president of NAACP, President James Kwakio. We do know the struggles, the sleepless nights that he has, and the person who suffers along the way. We cannot fail to recognize a person who has reduced the stress of this man in difficult times, in good times. A little present for Mrs. Charles Mathis, the wife of the president of NAACP.
We thank God for everything. I want to acknowledge my brother, that was my young brother who won the Community Service Award. Mr. Hart, stand up, please. Yeah. He actually was scheduled to win it last year, but being brothers, being that I'm the oldest, being family, you know more about than others, and so, you know, I wouldn't give it to him last year. He made a work for it. We thank God for everything. I want to give special thanks to Imam Muhammad. Imam is synonymous with pastor and rabbi, and he is my imam, and I do not want to not recognize Imam Abdul Haq Muhammad. On the professional side, you know, a lot of things have happened. IRS has come at me many times. Florida Department of Revenue many times. My wife and I, we don't run a small business. We've been in business about 14 years. Each time they've come at us, we've always had our paperwork in order and our finances was in order. But we could not have done it without our family attorney and our personal business CPA. Personal CPA, and the CPA was the Alex Riley. For the sake of time, I'll wrap up. When this was first announced to me that the executive committee that's working as the Freedom Fund Committee was talking about giving me the Image Award, the first thing I said was that, no, we got a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do. But what happened was that I realized that it wasn't so much as me individually. It was an accumulation of the executive committee, Madam Secretary, Ms. Monique Smith, Mr. Fred Morgan, reorganizing the Youth Council, Secretary Monique Smith taking that long, tumultuous ride to the March on Washington. It was making those type of sacrifices. It was Dr. Belinda Brewster who fulfilled campaign promises that we had 5 years ago when this new administration took over. We wanted to be relevant, so we wanted to meet the needs of the people. We wanted to meet the people where they was at the present time. So we were able to feed 300-400 families. We thank Mr. Al Grisman for making that possible. Harry Chapin. We thank Ms. Joanna Bradshaw for making it happen at Harry Chapin. Dr. Peter Deneuve, for the first time in the history of Lee County Youth, AXO, Ms. Darlene Mitchell, Ms. Debbie Jordan, who worked so hard every day for just days and weeks and months trying to prepare our youth to be put in a position to show their gifts and their talents where they may not otherwise have that opportunity. Dr. Denui, AXO chairman, took a group along with Ms. Mitchell, the coach, Ms. Darlene, Ms. Debbie Jordan, the fundraising chair. They took a group from here to the national convention in Orlando, Florida, national NAACP convention, where units from across the country was competing. And for the first time in the history of Lee County NAACP, we was able to bring home a bronze medal, and that was real big. With Mr. Morgan working tired, just working day after day after day, trying to put together the youth council, organize the youth council. He was, getting pressure from me, of course. But Mr. Morgan was able to organize the youth council, and because of that, we have a very strong Lee County Youth Council that the state is very, very impressed with. They're asking Mr. Morgan, how did he do it? What did he do? Dr. Shirley Chapman, our educational chairwoman, we now meet with we now will meet with Dr. Graham monthly, every Tuesday, to discuss issues. So with all of that and so much more that I didn't say, I realized that the Image Award was not being gave to me individually. It was recognizing the best of themselves and what we did together. And so because of that, being the branch president, I got the award. But it was a great combination. Mark Sims, our second vice president, oh my God, I'm glad I didn't forget, oh my God. Who I always call on, who's always there no matter what. Just everybody working real, real hard. So a lot of these things I said, the media don't cover it, the press don't cover it. They just cover the stuff that they think is going to sell newspapers. But I got this award not on what y'all read in the paper, not on what y'all saw on TV, but because of what we was able to do when nobody else was looking and nobody else was around at all. Thank you very much.
We've all had a wonderful evening. At least I hope we've all had a wonderful evening. What I'd like to say is thank you for coming, and you can stand around and mingle for just a little while, and then we're going to close the dinner. But so you can stand around and mingle, and on a sincere note, thank you for coming. We've all had a wonderful evening. And if you're interested in joining the NAACP, please see an executive board member on your way home. We would love to have you join. Thank you so much. And Miss Darlene Mitchell is going to sing us out.
All right, before you go there, we're going to send you home right. If you're darling, that's what I call it. Just two quick announcements. I want to acknowledge Jesse Dorch with Community TV. He's been streaming live the entire night. Jesse Dorch with Community TV. And also, Dr. Grayson, we have an intern from the FGCU who works for the Housing Authority, doing a lot of work in the community. I'm going to put it. Miss Haywood, are you there? There you go. She's working out with the Housing Authority. We appreciate what you're doing. All right, we're going to send you home with Darlene and Lance.
Let's break it down.
They just
Oh, we jumped on him? Yeah, I got y'all back. No, this ain't it. This the one was about the free picture thing with our dinner. Oh. Not yet. All right, then. Okay. You can't help it. That's okay. That's okay. Right. They were gone.